Welcome to Mornings with Patty. Today I am reading from The Language of Letting Go, June 23rd, and it's on limiting beliefs with a little touch of perfectionism in there. Try harder. Do better. Be perfect. These messages are tricks that people have played on us. No matter how hard we try, we think we have to do better. Perfection always eludes us and keeps us unhappy with the good we've done. Messages of perfectionism are tricks because we can never achieve their goals. We cannot feel good about ourselves or what we have done while these messages are driving us. We will never be good enough until we change the messages and tell ourselves we are good enough now. We can start approving of and accepting ourselves. Who we are is good enough. Our best yesterday was good enough. Our best today is plenty good too. We can be who we are and do it the way we do it today. That is the essence of avoiding perfection. God, help me let go of the messages that drive me into the crazies. I will give myself permission to be who I am and let that be good enough. So, perfectionism has driven me my whole entire life. And perfectionism, as I have read, is the highest form of self-abuse. So think about this. When I was growing up, every mistake I made, every time I fell short, whether it was spilling milk or not cleaning something good enough, I was beaten. And I don't mean a little beaten. I mean whipped, 2x4s, belts, leather straps. So think about as a child, as I was beaten and I am fearing for my life. And you know what happened? That stayed with me for a really, really long time. And I struggle with self-acceptance. I struggle with just being good enough. And thank God I found my spiritual program that helps me overcome those limiting beliefs. And it is a belief. And so now I really work hard at looking for excellence, and I do my best, and I try to let go. And so in my career, where I learned to manage people, and when I was a teacher, when I learned to manage people, it's about gentle corrections. It's not about micromanaging. It's about showing people how they can do better, but not shaming them for missing the mark, which is another word for sin. And what I have found is if I don't micromanage everybody and everything around me, things just work out well anyway. And I just don't do well with people who are perfectionists because it puts me in fight or flight. And I have to work really, really hard to overcome that. But if I'm in a safe environment, then I'm okay. You know, I can roll with the punches. So what I'd like you to do is take a look at your limiting beliefs about perfectionism. And in what areas do you do that? I'm going to give you another example of my perfectionism and how I realized I had to let it go. Years ago, I was a writer for IBM. I wrote technical manuals, and I had it edited. It was printed. It was published. It got out onto the truck. It was gone, and I pick up my book and I read it just one more time, and sure enough, there was another fucking error. And I was like, oh my God, there was a typo. And I asked myself, is the world going to end because of this error? No. I just had to let it go. I mean, what else could I do? So I'm going to ask you that. When you start finding yourself looking for perfection from others, especially young children, don't do that. But when you start like pushing and being angry because somebody did not meet your expectations, ask yourself, is the world going to end because this happened? I promise you it won't. And it might make you a little happier person. And it might make people around you a little happier. So thank you. I love you. And I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow.